Okay, just like when we did the eye part, the white part is inside. That's the part you do first, and then you put the eyelids and eyelashes around it. The mouth, the teeth are first, but before teeth you have gums, okay? Before gums you have the inside of the mouth. So all that will happen first. So if your mouth is open, it's different than if you just have two teeth that come together. So you know that by looking at your photograph. You have teeth?
No.
Teeth? You do? No,
I do.
and you do. Okay, either way, on the inside, this is the just mouth or teeth, okay? The first thing you're gonna do is come up with a place to put where the lips come either together or not. In this case, I'm gonna come right across here, and we're gonna form that line that makes his bottom lip, okay? Because I don't wanna lose the line. Just like, you know, that every little indentation that we put on the pencil when we were being so careful to draw it, that's what we're gonna, and always go back and look at your picture and see. Okay, I've got the inside part right here. It comes down like this, goes back up like this, comes back down. Okay, that's what you're forming.
What color are you using?
This is burnt sienna,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it immediately and start adding some red to it, and then I'm going to darken it with the blue. But that makes the part, if you're painting two lips together, that's what goes in the middle of them. Whether it's opened or closed, you're going to do that same thing for in between the lips. Now, if you've got a bottom lip that's open, and you can also see it, like in here, you can see up in between, like behind his teeth. So that's what I'm working on. I'm going to take alizarin red and some of the burnt sienna, so it's dark enough, and I'm going to go up underneath his front teeth like this and barely put in that line so that you can see what's in between. So if your mouth is closed, you would skip that part.
So that's not the actual lip, bottom lip, that's
Right,
the
that's-
one between it?
Yes, that's
Okay,
in between his mouth.
right.
All right. Some of you don't even, like his mouth is open and you can see everything. All right. Now, I'm going to make the in-between part that's the shadow. Some people don't have a shadow if your mouth is closed, but this is the shadow that comes in between the top lip and the bottom lip, okay? It's right there. It's like you were doing in the eyeball a while ago in the corners. Just you're putting a little bit of the blue to show that it's in shadow. And I'm connecting the bottom lip to the shadow now, so it connects and you form that little corner. All right, I'm going to look over here. You can see teeth and you don't see inside, so now I'm going to the bottom lip. All right. For the bottom lip, I'm making the top of the shape, just like you would be doing. You're going to make the top of the lip. You look at the shape, see where the shape starts. Generally, it's not going to start back here somewhere, okay? Generally, it's going to start over here. This, when it comes so much together with your lip, you're going to get a line, but you're going to have both shapes that you're going to deal with. This is that dark line that comes in between that you're going to make right here. You're making this line. That's his lip, the top of the lip. It's coming around like this. Just follow those little pencil lines. If you're not sure, just make a lip and then you can adjust. All right, now, if you'll notice the way we talked about, remember we didn't draw a line here because this lip color was almost like that skin color, so we don't have it, okay? So I'm not going to draw a definite line. Now I'm going to go back and put his top lip in. To do that, I'm going to take the alizarin, a little bit of the cad. You know, people don't want to, we don't want to make them look like they have lipstick on. So we're going to lighten it a good bit. I've got this color that I made. This is the alizarin and the yellow ochre. I'm going to take some of that because it's a real natural color for lips. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to form, and if you'll notice, you should have a line up at the top because that's definite unless your person has lips that you can hardly see, and then you'll fade that in with the skin, so that'll be fine too. But I've got a point right there, because his lips are very defined. You know, he's got really pronounced lips. So there's the top of that lip. There's the top of that lip. And then it just stops because I'm seeing the side. If it's front view, it's a little bit different. I'll move over here for you so you can see a front view. What you're going to actually do on this one, you see the tip, the corner, putting a little bit more red in it than orange. You see the corner, it goes down. You see the next tip, and it goes down. And then it stops. Don't worry about that crease right now. Just get the top of the lip built, okay? Now I'm going to build the bottom of this one so you can see. Not doing the inside of the mouth, I'm just doing, that's the top of the lip. For the bottom of the lip, there's lipstick on here and it's pretty pronounced so that you can see that. And it comes around like that. So get your shape established from those pencil lines that you have. Then we can talk about what colors we're going to use. We don't want it to look, we want it to look natural. So I'm going to come on over here and flow. I'm going to let that corner flow that way. I'm going to let this corner flow this way. And now, when we start pulling the two lips together, anytime you've got that meet, that intersection, it's going to be darker. So where I had the alizarin on my brush before, it's not dark enough. I need to fill in either with this blue. I'm going to look at it and see if that's blue enough. If I need it a little bit darker, then I can go to one that's ultramarine blue, which is a little bit darker. Put it right here. Put a little bit of the alizarin in it and see. Test it out. Say, okay, that's about what the darkness would be. So I'm going to come in here and I'm actually going to make the top of the lip right here. And I'm going to make the top of the lip right here. And then I'm going to connect the top right here and here. But remember, if you don't have a line, if it's not definite, then you don't need to draw it because it's more of the skin color than it is, you know, the lip color. So just draw what your lines tell you to draw. In this case, there's a fine little line in here because his bottom lip just turns into his skin, so I'm not putting a line, okay? This one, I have it dark enough here, and I have it dark enough here, so I'm not doing anything else to it, just barely put it in. That establishes the structure, okay? Now we're going to actually paint lips, and we're going to do that. We're not using the edge anymore, we're going to use the whole, or the width of the brush. And in this case, I'm going to change over and use the one that's wider, like this. The other one's that small little shaper brush, and this is the Zen brush, and it's about, you know, it's double in size or double in width. So that's what I want to do, to actually say I'm going to put these lips on, because the children have beautiful, you know, lips. So we want to look at that color. In this case, I'm going to go to this alizarin red color that I have, and it has some of the yellow ochre in it. Remember, yellow ochre always tones it down, so it's real neutral acting. It acts as a neutralizer almost. And then it's darker on both sides and then lighter in the middle. So I'm going to go lighter here like this. It's almost, see how I'm just pulling that brush down? I'm pulling it down to get that little shape of the lips like that. Okay? Do the same thing on the top. I don't hardly have any top lip at all. So it's going to be very little. And that's it. That's all you need to do. He's got a little bit more orangey red right in here, so pull that down. Now when that bottom lip starts to come into play, where it sort of edges into your chin, watch what happens right here. See, we're going to pull it down like that, just with a little bit of color. Same thing here, a little bit more color, but it gets lighter in the center, so I'm adding white to my brush. Right here I'm adding white. That way you get the look of it being round. If you keep it lighter in the middle and darker on the outside, then that's exactly what's going to happen. The same thing happens at the top. A little light here and a little light here. In this case, he's got really big lips. So I'm pulling more white down. His white of the lip, more white, I'm pulling down. It comes down to that line, okay? So depending on how your mouth is shaped, is the way you're going to pull and how much of that color you're gonna pull down in there, okay? So let's just try to get a line set up, find your pencil line and follow it, and then find your shape and make one or two little slides down with your color. And this is like less is more in this case. Don't just keep painting. Find the little line, draw it, sweep down, and that's it, okay? All right, so let's try that.